In the 1914, a Dutch scientist named Nico Tinbrink performed a series of experiments that transformed our understanding of what motivates us. Tinbergen, who eventually won a Nobel Prize for his work, was investigating herring gulls. The grey and the grey and white birds often seen flying along the seashores of North America. Adult herring gulls have a small red dot on their beak, and Tinbergen noticed that newly hatched chick would pick this spot whenever they wanted food. To begin one experiment, he created a collection of fake cardboard beak just a head without a body. When the parents had flown away, he went over the net and offered this dummy beak to the chicks. The beaks were obvious fake, and he assumed the baby birds would reject them altogether. However, when the teeny gulls saw the red spot on the cardboard beak, they picked away just as if it were attached to their own mother. They had a clear performance for those red spots, as if they had been gently programmed at birth. Soon, Tin Burgeon discovered that the bigger the red spot, the faster the chick picked. Eventually, he created a beak with the three large red dots on it. When he placed it over the nest, the baby birds went crazy with delight. They picked at the little red patches as if it was the greatest beak they had ever seen. Tin Burgeon and his colleagues discovered similar behavior in other animals. For example, the grey-legged goose is a ground nesting bird. Occasionally, as the mother moves around on the nest, on one of the eggs will roll out and settle on the grass nearby. Whenever this happens, the goose will waddle over to the egg and use its beak and neck to pull it back into the neck. Tin Virgin discovered that the goose will pull any nearby round object, such as a billiard ball or a light bulb, back into the neck. The bigger the object, the greater their response. Once goose even made a tremendous effort to roll a volleyball back and sit on top, like the baby gulls, automatically picking at red dots. The grey-legged goose was following an in- incentive rule. When I see a round object nearby, I must roll it back into the nest. The bigger the round object, the harder I should try to get it. It's like the brain of each animal is loaded with certain rules for behavior, and when it comes across an exaggerated version of the rule, it light up like a Christmas tree. Scientists refer to this ex- exaggerated cues as supernormal stimuli. A supernormal stimulus is a high heightened version of relief, like a beak with the red dots or an egg the size of a volleyball, and it elicits a stronger response than usual. Humans are also prone to fall or for exaggerate versions of reality. Junk food, for example, drives our reward system into a frenzy. After spending hundreds of thousands of years hunting and foraging for good in the wild, the human brain was inborn to place a high value on salt, sugar, and fat. Such foods are often calorie dense and they were quite rare when Our ancient and extra were roaming the swamp when you don't know where your next meal is coming from. Eating as much as possible is an excellent, excellent strategy for survival. Today, however, we live in a calorie-rich environment. Food is abundant, but your brain continues to crave it like it is scarce. Placing a high value on salt, sugar, and fat is no longer advantageous to our health, but the craving persists because the brain reward center have not changed for approximately 50,000 years. The modern food industry relies on stretching our paleolithic instinct beyond their eventually purpose. A primary goal of food science is to create products that are more attractive to consumers. Nearly every food in a bag, box, or jar has been enhanced in some way, if only with additional flavoring. Companies spend millions of dollars to discover the most satisfying level of crunch in a potato chips or the perfect amount of fish in a soda. Entire departments are dedicated to optimizing how a product fits in your mouth. A quality known as originations French fries, for example, are a potato combination, golden brown and crunchy on the outside, light and smooth on in the inside.